everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and having a fantastic day. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, this will be the first time you have seen my new hair, but I did dye it and it is a lot darker, but I do like it a lot better than my ombre that I used to have, and I hope you guys do like it too. I'm so excited to be sharing today's video with you guys. It is yet another collab. I've been doing so many collabs on my channel lately and they're just so fun to do and a great way to meet other YouTubers, and yeah. So today's particular collab is with one of my friends here on YouTube, Maddie. Maddie contacted me through email and asked me if I wanted to do a collab with her, and how could I say no? Her videos are so amazing and I was honoured that she asked me to do a collab with her. So when I first started my channel, I was on the lookout for other new YouTubers in which I could follow, get ideas off and collab with, and she was one of the first YouTubers that I came across. Her videos are so amazing, she has such good content and her makeup skills are just amazing. You guys definitely need to check her out. I will have her channel linked down below and also a direct link to her video down below as well. So since the Grammy Awards have just been and everyone is raving about all the celebrity makeup, we decided to each choose a celebrity and recreate their makeup from the Grammys 2015. This was an amazing idea and it gave us such a range of celebrities to choose from. Because I have such an obsession with the Kardashians, I decided that I wanted to recreate one of their looks, and the one that caught my eye the most was Kim's, so I recreated that and this is how it turned out. So Maddie decided to recreate Ariana Grande's makeup, and I will have the link to her video in the down bar. I will also have a link to her channel and you guys should definitely check her out. So I'll insert some footage of what Maddie's look turned out like here. So if you guys would like to see how my recreation of Kim Kardashian's makeup turned out, then just keep on watching. So I'm first just going in with my Painterly Paint Pot by MAC, which is what I always do, so I'm sure you guys are probably sick of seeing this step, but I show it anyway. So I'm just using a brush by Real Techniques to apply this all over my lids up to my brow bone. I'm then going to use my Lorac Pro 2 palette today, which is the first time I've ever used it, and I'm going in with the shade Buff. And I'm just applying this with this large fluffy brush all over my eyelids to set that primer so that the other shades we put on top of that are way easier to blend. So I'm using this light brown shade out of the same Lorac Pro 2 palette, and I'm just using a large fluffy brush by Sigma and using this to apply as my transition color today. So this is a shade by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's one of their single eyeshadows, and in Kim Kardashian's look for the Grammy Awards she had a very glittery brow bone highlight on, so I'm just using this shade to highlight my brow bone today. I'm then taking the shade Jade, which is a dark green moss kind of shade, and it's got gold reflex in it, so it really does complement the gold and green look we're going for today. So I'm just using a MAC brush to apply this throughout my crease and more on the outer half of my eye. Kim did have quite a bit of this colour in towards the centre of her eye, but more raised, so as you can see I'm just using my brush lightly to create this effect. I'm just doing the same on the other eye and just making sure I blend it out so there are no harsh lines. So with this look, it does require a lot of building up the colour, so as you can see I have applied a lot more of that Jade shade out of the Lorac 2 palette, and I'm just building up that colour to create a nice smoky effect. So I'm using a gold Colourpop Cosmetics eyeshadow today, and I'm in love with this shade. It is in the shade Get Lucky. And I'm just using a flat top synthetic brush and I'm just applying it, focusing it on the inner half of my eye, as you can see, and I'm also patting this in my inner corner. I'm doing this quite messily as Kim did have gold almost all over her eye, so I'm trying to mimic this by applying it quite roughly but making sure I build up the colour so I do get quite an opaque gold effect. So as you can see here, I have just packed on that colour until I get a nice gold shade that I'm happy with. I am blending this gold shade up in towards my crease, as well as Kim didn't just have the gold on her lid, she had it almost all around her eye. And now I'm just taking a clean fluffy brush and just making sure I blend out all those edges so there's no harsh lines. So I'm taking the black shade from the same palette and a pencil brush, and I'm just applying this on the outer half of my eye just to create some depth, and then I'm just going to go on with a blending brush and blend out that shade. So for this look, Kim didn't have any winged liner or anything on, but it did look like she was going for a sort of cat eye effect in the inner corner. So I'm just adding a thin line of liquid liner. So this particular liner is the Stila waterproof liner, and I'm just using this to create a thin line along my lashes, and as you can see I'm adding this all the way into the inner corner to create a cat eye effect, and I'm bringing it down onto the lower waterline a little bit as well. So I'm taking a really skinny brush now, and I'm just picking up that black eyeshadow again and running it along where we've placed that liquid liner, just to buff it out a little bit and make it more smokier and less harsh. And the next step is lining my waterline. I absolutely hate this step. As you can see, my eyes start watering and I just absolutely hate it, but I am using a Rimmel Scandal Eyes eyeliner, and I'm just running it along my waterline. I'm then taking this Garnier cleansing water and Q-tip, and I'm just soaking the Q-tip in the water and cleaning up these edges of the eyeshadow. I love doing this step. It really does just clean up the look and make it more crisp and defined. So moving on to complexion now, I'm taking my Nars Oil Free Pro Primer. It is a pore minimizer, and since I do have quite large pores, I like to try and use as much pore minimizing products as I can when I'm doing my complexion. So I'm just applying this all over my face and rubbing it in using my hand. To further prime my face, I'm using the Porefessional by Benefit, and I'm just applying this throughout my T-zone. As I said previously, I do like pore minimizing products, so I love this primer so much. It really does fill in my pores and make them disappear. For foundation today, I'm going in with my absolute favourite foundation of the moment, the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I'm in the shade Ivory Beige, and I'm just using a stippling brush by Real Techniques to apply this all over my face. I haven't used a brush to apply foundation in so long. I think in almost all of my videos I'm using a beauty blender, so I wanted to do something different today, and I absolutely love the stippling brush and the way it applies this foundation. I definitely will continue to use this brush. So I'm just, as you can see, using really light strokes to apply this all over my face. I like to apply about 2 layers of this foundation onto my skin just to give me a very flawless finish and cover all my blemishes. Moving on to concealer, I'm taking my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer as usual. This is in the shade NC20 and I'm using my finger to apply this instead of my beauty blender today. I have missed using my finger and I've forgotten how well my finger applies my concealer under my eyes. So I'm just using this in triangle shapes, as you can see, and I'm just patting it in. Kim Kardashian, as you guys know, is all about her highlight and contouring, so I'm trying to mimic this as best I can. So I'm applying a bit more of that concealer to the high points of my face just to brighten those as well, and under where I'm going to apply my contour. And then I just use a stippling brush by MAC and I'm just using this to stipple this all into my skin and get a nice even highlight. As I did say, Kim loves her highlights, so I'm highlighting even further. I'm taking this YSL highlighter and applying this also to the high points of my face and blending it in using my finger. So to set my under eye area today, I'm taking this LA Girl Pro powder and it's a translucent powder, and I'm just using this to set my under eye with my tapered highlighter brush. And of course, to set the rest of my face, I'm taking my MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade NC25 and I'm just patting this all over my face, avoiding that under eye area and other areas where we have applied cream highlight today. Because I do get quite oily in my T-zone, I'm applying a bit of Stay Matte powder by Rimmel and just patting this in my T-zone and any areas where I do get oily. So I moved on to my lower lash line now and I'm just applying that Jade shade from the Lorac Pro 2 palette and a pencil brush, and I'm just running this along my lower lash line. I'm also trying to blend out that liner that we did put in the waterline just down a little bit onto the lower lash line as well. And then I just took a fluffier brush and some light brown shade, also from that Lorac Pro 2 palette that we used as the transition shade, and I'm just using this to help blend out that jade shade that we have in the lower lash line. Clean up those edges even further with the eyeshadow, I'm just taking a bit of my MAC concealer and a flat brush and just using this to sharpen up those edges and just define the look. Going back in with that soft gold shade by Anastasia Beverly Hills, I'm using this to pat along my inner corner and down towards my lower lash line, as well as in the photo Kim does have a lot of gold shimmer on her lower lash line, so I wanted to mimic this, and I'm just taking another really small brush by Real Techniques and running that gold shade along my lower lash line just to blend it into that dark moss shade that we've applied as well. So here I'm just taking that liquid liner again and just fixing up that cat eye that we created in the inner corner, and this is just going to make it more precise and defined. So I'm just taking this Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara. This is a tester mascara I got sent from themakeupshop.co.nz. You guys should definitely check them out. They have amazing products and can import products for you for a cheap price, so make sure you check them out. So I'm just applying this all over my lashes. I am applying them on my top lashes today because my eyelash extensions have nearly all fallen out, so it's safe to wear mascara again. So I did my eyelashes off camera today, and I applied some Wanderlusts by XO Beauty. I'm absolutely in love with her eyelashes. You guys should definitely purchase and try some out if you haven't already. And yeah, so moving on to bronzer, I'm taking my Nars Laguna today, and instead of using this to contour, I'm using it to bronze up my face, as Kim does have a very bronzed up face and is known for her bronzing and contouring. I am trying to mimic this as well and adding a lot of bronzer to my face today. So to contour my face today, I'm taking my Hoola by Benefit, and I'm using my Nars Eater brush and just contouring my face. So I'm carving out my cheekbones here. I also use this up the sides of my face just to make it look a bit thinner. I also run this along my bottom lip, as it does give the appearance of a fuller lip. And I also use this on a smaller brush, and I use this to contour my nose today, as in the photo Kim does have a very sculpted out nose, so I'm trying to mimic this as well, and by doing so with this brush. So as you can see, I'm just running it down the sides of my nose just to add a bit more shape. So the makeup artist that did Kim's makeup did say he used Nars Orgasm blush on her, so I'm using this blush as well today, and just applying this to the apples of my cheeks and running it up towards my temples. So for highlight today, Kim didn't have a whole lot of highlight on her face, which I was surprised by, unless it was just the photo that I was going by. But anyway, I'm just taking my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. This is in the shade Incandescent Light, and because I didn't want an intense highlight today, I'm just taking my stippling brush and applying this on the high points of my face. So my cheekbones, down the center of my nose, my cupid's bow, my forehead, and a little bit on my chin. And to set this all in place, I'm taking my Fix Plus spray by MAC and just spraying this all over my face and allowing it to dry. And moving on to lips now, I'm using my Naked Liner by MAC first, just to take all the redness out of my lips, because Kim did have a very nude lip with this look. So I'm trying to mimic that as well and just make my lips as nude as possible. This lipstick I'm using is by MAC, and it's a Creme Sheen lipstick, and it's in the shade Creme de Nude. And I'm using a lip brush just to apply this all over my lips, as I did want a glossy finish today, because in the pictures Kim has a glossy lip, not a matte lip. So yeah, I'm just applying this all over my lips, and this is how the lips turned out.
And this is how my look turned out. I used gold and dark green colours on the eyes, and I paired it with a nude lip, which is what Kim did. So I hope you guys did like my recreation of Kim's makeup. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and comment below any videos you guys would like to see, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. And make sure you check out Maddie's video. Remember, I have the link down below, so be sure to check that video out as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!